retrospect, it wasn't the best idea putting on this Superman shirt for a Marvel-centered video, but you guys are just going to have to take me as I am. The novelty of the MCU took the world by storm. The concept of a cohesive cinematic universe involving dozens of films. The challenge, though, with a cinematic universe is having things tie into one another, not just via film, but in series as well. It's been a notable thing of MCU fans struggling with having to watch maybe a series or two before having sufficient context to watch a new film that's on the way. But the beauty of this is, in terms of the quality of the shows that Marvel is putting out, we're in good hands. Hi, I'm Tommy Wall, and I love to share my takes on film, television, pop culture, you name it. In this episode, I'm essentially ranking my personal top 10 where it comes to MCU shows. Let's get into it. At number 10 on my list, She-Hulk. Personally, I didn't hate She-Hulk. I didn't particularly love it either, but I can acknowledge that it was a somewhat decent show. It did not serve the GP, as was evident by the amount of backlash that it got. But it really does help, and I think I've said this before, it helps to look at She-Hulk as a standalone project if possible, just a world of its own. I did enjoy the fact that, can I say this? No, I'm going to say this. It's been over 2 years. If you haven't seen the show by now, I don't know what to say to you. I enjoy the fact that Daredevil made a cameo, and I also enjoy the fact that Megan Thee Stallion made a cameo. Like, it's it's insane to me how one simple cameo really threw that show into a whirlwind of hate. A significant amount of the backlash. Guys, my windows are literally shut, my door is shut, everything is shut. Okay, you can still hear my neighbor's child crying. Apologies. A significant amount of the backlash that show got can be tied to that one scene.
Eat it up. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up.
Oh, you are way more fun than my last lawyer. I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion. Dial it back.
Have a little fun. You know, bottom line, She-Hulk is the type of show you switch your brain off to watch. Don't take it too seriously. It certainly doesn't take itself too seriously. At number 9 on my list, another woman of color, Ironheart. Now, I have it to my understanding a number of Marvel fans never bothered to see Ironheart because right off the bat, there's so many misconceptions about the character and what she is, what she stands for. First of all, she's not a sort of successor of Tony Stark. It's just a thing that happened. They just happen to be two people who coincide within the same universe, and he just happens to have come before her. Tony Stark isn't a central figure or theme or reference in the world of Ironheart, and even in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we're introduced to Riri Williams for the first time.
I got differential equations class in like 15 minutes.
It is made very evident that this is a woman of her own. I 100% do not agree with the faction of people who have decided to shun this character and this show based off the correlation between Ironheart and Iron Man alone.
That thing can fly.
There's an entire YouTube channel dedicated to sightings of me. That's awesome.
Trust me, strap yourself in for an original story because this is what it is. However, although original, the show does suffer in terms of a number of things. But I'll still give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Makes for an okay watch. It does explore something interesting, which is the point where science and magic overlap, and a certain big bad is introduced in the show also. The show is fairly recent, so I won't spoil that. Go watch the show. Actually, do your homework. Go watch Ironheart. Next on my list at number 8, we have Miss Marvel. I have nothing against this show. It's a very solid 7.5 out of 10. It starts off very strong. It is in many ways a breath of fresh air into the MCU.
Get her out of here. Go!
It just wasn't for me personally, and that's okay. I don't hold that against the show. I personally love how diverse the MCU is shaping out to be, touching upon a number of various cultures. You have Black Panther giving us African realness. You have Shang-Chi showing us the peaks of Asian culture. You have Moon Knight, which embraces and highlights Egyptian culture in a way I don't think we've really seen on screen before. With Miss Marvel, I think my major qualms are with the fact that in terms of antagonists, it was all a bit muddled up. I watched the show as it came out. I can't really remember what it was that irked me. The show was in many ways forgettable, but it wasn't painful to watch. It made for a very easy watch, actually. Low pressure, low stakes. If you're looking for something to just calm down, unwind, Miss Marvel definitely should be on your list. And number 7, What If? What If would have been so much higher on this list, but that second season, my goodness. I feel like starting out, What If was originally supposed to be 1 season, but along the lines, they thought, okay, you know what, let's extend this, because season 1 ended with such a bang. With Ultron and with everything tying in together, it was perfection. Second season though, I can understand how it would be challenging to try and fill in those shoes, and you do see that struggle. It was a lot going on at the same time, a lot coming together to, that finale was a mess. But it wasn't a travesty, it wasn't terrible. Like I said though, it would be high on this list if not for that second season. At number 6, we have Agatha All Along. Agatha All Along was... One thing about me, I will watch almost anything with a significant cast. And that's something I'm trying to change. A number of the films I watch are either things with out of this world premises or things with a cast member or two that I really feel at a particular point in time. This show could boast of Catherine Hahn, Patti LaBelle, and Aubrey Plaza, and a number of other people. And even from the trailer alone, the cast announcements alone, I was looking forward to watching the show. More so after seeing WandaVision. Whew, oh my goodness.
I'm your mom's ex-best friend.
The concept of the show itself was another breath of fresh air. They had the whole witchly thing going on.
You can't kill me.
You can't kill me. It's not allowed.
The music tying in, the kind of twist at the end. I wasn't satisfied with the ending of this show, but let's hope Vision Quest has something more tangible for us to hold on to in terms of the saga of Wanda Maximoff's family. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing Agatha Harkness again. Are you joking? Number 5 on this list, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If there's a pattern you notice so far, it's how number 10 is not like number 9, number 9 is not like number 8, number 8 is not like number 7, number 7 is not like number 6. This is the beauty of television shows within the MCU. You create opportunities to tell different colors and shapes and sizes and forms of stories, yet still stories that fit under one umbrella, which is the MCU. Beautiful stuff. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I will not even lie, let me not sugarcoat. I don't have the energy for sugarcoating. It took me close to 5 attempts or more to get through this show. I'd always start and then doze off somewhere in the first episode or the second episode. And of course, like as I'm starting and stopping, I'm forgetting what I've watched so far, so I have to start all over. It was a lot. It really was a lot. Tomatoes, and me, fine, I get it. But I eventually sat through the show and I'm like, okay,
we should do something.
Looking strong, John.
Bucky.
This is a story. It just wasn't, it's not my typical brand of things. It's not my typical watch, but it did pave way for Captain America Brave New World, so hats off to them. Actually, the real reason I watched the show was because I needed to see Thunderbolts, and I was just watching everything I needed to see before Thunderbolts. If not for the fact, I probably still wouldn't have seen the show up till now. Because I'm not even going to lie to you, it looked like a snooze fest to me. Anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes return in the MCU. And number 4 on this list, Moon Knight. Moon Knight was a beautiful show, a very well done show. Hats off to them for even casting Oscar Isaac. I cannot see anybody else playing that role.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yep, I completely agree.
Story-wise, content-wise, pacing-wise, Moon Knight was 10-10-10. Big up to everyone involved. I am dying to see that character return in the MCU in one way or form. We've literally just seen him once. Please throw him somewhere. Throw him in somewhere. Like, we are dying to see it. Now, before I mention my top 3, dishonorable mention, Secret Invasion. Oh my god. Yeah, that's really the only dishonorable mention. I refuse to believe that show happened. I refuse to believe that show happened. No, I didn't watch it till the end, but the beginning wasn't strong, and then I stumbled across footage from subsequent episodes. I went through reviews, and everyone was just piling on the show, to the point where it didn't look in any way, in any form appealing to me anymore. So to this day, I haven't seen that show to completion. If there's another show coming or there's a movie coming that really requires me to have seen Secret Invasion, I'll go back, but until that happens, I'm good. Honorable mention, Wonder Man. Now we talk about how we don't really see black characters in the spotlight. We don't really see, new characters, fresh characters in the spotlight. This is a character, this is an interesting character, a different take, a different perspective on everything. And I think it's begun streaming. I haven't started watching though. So yeah, Wonder Man should definitely be on your list. It looks like it's going to be a ride, especially with Doomsday coming later on this year. I mean, I feel like it's going to be akin to Captain Marvel dropping right before Infinity War, or was it Endgame? I digress. At number 3, I'm placing Loki. Loki, once again, my personal favorite of mine. It took a little bit of struggle for me to even sit down to watch that show, but when I did, I wasn't disappointed. The show painted this very lucid tapestry of this place that exists beyond time. It was also deliciously complicated.
Oh. Hello. Which one of us are you?
Loki is a show you should watch for the action, the scripting, for Tom Hiddleston, for the pacing, the visuals. Everything about that show deserves attention, deserves time, deserves praise. At number 2, I'm placing Hawkeye. Hawkeye is one of those shows that's easy to underestimate. It's one of those shows that's easy to write off, but I kid you not, somewhere around the middle of that show, it picked up and ran with it. In terms of pacing, in terms of action, in terms of everything, it just picked up and escalated to the point where I'm just like, this is a show I was sleeping through at the beginning. Insane stuff. Of course, seeing Florence Pugh's Yelena make a cameo.
I am not gonna just sit and have dinner with you after you tried to kill me and then just broke into my house.
I did not.
More than a cameo, actually. She added significantly to the plot. Yeah, amazing show. And number 1 on my list, and if you know me, this shouldn't be a surprise to you, WandaVision. One of the best shows I have ever seen. Now, granted the first couple of episodes drag.
Well, I know the apron is a bit much, dear, but I am doing my best to blend in.
But I swear I would give an arm and a leg. No, I wouldn't. But I would do a lot to watch that show for the first time again.
You're not my neighbor. You are a stranger and an outsider. And I want you to leave.
Because the ride it took me on, phenomenal acting, phenomenal writing, phenomenal direction. And it did lay the groundwork for a number of other projects in the MCU. So I just feel like if you haven't seen WandaVision, as at this point, a Marvel fan, you're doing yourself a disservice. Loki. Marvel. I love Marvel, guys. I mean, now I love Marvel. Ecstatic for the new Spider-Man. Ecstatic for Doomsday. Ecstatic is a strong word. But don't get me wrong, I'll be seated. I'm so seated. Who doesn't want to see everybody in action? Like I said before, it's always something to see all your favorite characters come together in one film. So there's that. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Tomiwa's Takes. If you agreed with the things I said, or if you really did not, leave something for me in the comments. If you really did love this episode, leave a like and of course, subscribe. It's been me and it's been real. Bye.